So next, we're gonna work on this right here. We need doors. So we will be adding some doors. Finally, after almost 4 years. I can't wait for it, how it looks.
Next up on this project, we're installing some bifold closet doors. And the doors that we're installing are raw, or I think they're just primed, they're not finished yet. So, okay, so the first thing I'm going to install for this bifold door is a top rail. You want to just put this centered with the door jamb at the top. I'm putting it on this side facing up so it opens towards this way. Because I'm having the stop on this side, so it's going to open this way. So right in the center, I already marked my line. Right here, it's exactly center of the jamb itself. Not with the trim, but the jamb itself. One screw. Two screws. Now I'm going to install the bottom support. This goes on the bottom. This goes onto the side jamb. All the way on the bottom. On the side that's going to be this side. So all the way towards the bottom. So now we're going to install the guides for the door in some pre-drilled holes that were cut from the manufacturer. This is your main rolling guide. This is your bottom alignment guide. And this is just your top pin. First I'm going to do the rolling guide. And that's going to go in this hole right here. These things are spring loaded, so it's just a little difficult. You don't want to hammer it too hard. Just like that. Alright. Now here's the main pin. This is going to go in this one right here. And that's it. That's those. We got one more at the bottom. Now we're going to do the bottom alignment guide. Try to hang the door. Alright, so the way I do it is I'm going to put the bottom guide pin in first, and then I'll do the top. You'll see. Okay, I think I'm in right there. Just make sure we're lined up with this hole. Come right there. Once you got the door in place, I marked this spot so you see how it moves back and forth. This is just to show you're aligning the top. So I'm gonna align the top. I already aligned the bottom, so I marked it. So now I'm gonna open the door and I'm gonna tighten this screw that's right here, and that's gonna lock this whole thing in place. I'm gonna raise the door up, and by raising the door up, it's just gonna raise it up a little bit. You do that by adjusting the bottom guide pin. It's just screwing and unscrewing it. So you unscrew it and it's gonna lift the door up. Now once you got the door set to the height that you want, it's got this little spring stop. I think it should help with making sure the door stays shut all the way. And this just goes snapped up into here. That's it. Simple. Yep.
And there you go.
That's it. Now you just put your knob. Simple as drilling a hole, screwing it in, and then you give this whole thing a paint job. Money, baby. I'm to replace this outlet. It would look like something like this. Just ugly. Ugly, outdated, old, dirty. First, we got to remove the old. Not even the right screws. Now, before you start pulling all this out, we did make sure the power was off completely over here. And in order to do that, just use the multimeter just to make sure. God dang. So on these particular switches, it's not labeled off and on, but if you look closely right here, it says top. On, off. On, off, on, off. Boom. Let's wire it up.
Oh, you're straightening them?
Yep, you gotta straighten these out because we don't have to wrap them. And they probably are just a little too long. So we'll fix that as well. On the actual switches, there is a guide right here, strip gauge. It tells you how long your wire should be stripped. So this is a little too long. So we're just gonna cut, you know, 1/8 of an inch off. Now you just put it in a little clamp, slide it in, and I'm using this tool. This tip that I'm using is a S2, S1. And I think that's the size. Square. Maybe that's what it's called. Square tip. It works better than the Phillips. And you just clamp it down like so. And then you grab your other one. You might have to fight it sometimes, but you should always win the fight. So there goes one. Now for the next switch, loosen those. This one's got a ground. Loosen that ground. Measure your length. Snip it off. Slide it in like that. Then tighten it down. Then we'll do the same thing on this side. Slide it in.
Tighten it.
And tighten it. Then we'll do the ground. Just like so.
Now we're gonna go ahead and flip the switch or the breaker to make sure the light works. Oh, you see that?
So now that we know the light switches are working good, we're gonna go ahead and turn off the power again, secure everything up, put the plate on, and we'll be done with this.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and turn it back off.
Switches, no power over here, know that for sure. And just push them in place.
Look at that.
Right, wow.
Wow.
All right, let's put the face plate on. Let's screw in the face plate here. And if you have OCD like some people do, you just line these up like that. Better, but I'll just do it anyways. Go turn the power back on. Once you got the face plate, just want to go ahead and test it one more time. Look at that. We got action. We're in this. Now, we gotta turn the power back off because we're gonna replace this back. Now we're gonna do an actual receptacle outlet. You can see this house used to be green at one point in time. Look at this thing. They painted it. I mean, I already know the power's off just to make sure. I'll test it. If there's power, there'd be a light that comes on right here. No power. All right, so I can touch it. I can stick a fork in there. I'll be all right. we'll just go ahead and remove it. Take that out. And we'll be ready to replace it with this one. It's gonna be wired up exactly the same way. Look at the difference. Yeah.
Put it aside. Look at that.
See, this is like a old man. It's been weathered. This is like a young kid who's scared in Halloween. Okay, these, I guess on the older ones, it is just like a Phillips. So you use a Phillips. Loosen them up as much as possible. Once you got them all loose, all out. It's always good, even if you have to wrap them around the screw, just to straighten them out. Start from scratch. Maybe you get a better fitting on there than what was previously done. So this one tells you it has a gauge right here. It's got an arrow. You want to go to that line right there, to the tip of that arrow. Just measure where you need to cut at. So this one just needs, these you actually just needs a little bit cut off. Boom. We got it connected. We're testing it. I got this outlet tester. If you look right here, see that? No light, green light, no light. No light, green light, no light. So we're good. So now we could go turn back off the power, unplug this, and I'll go ahead and tie this back into the box and put the faceplate on. All you did is just connect it the same way that this one was connected. And that's all I did. You got your black wire, your white wire, your hot wire, your neutral wire, and your ground. All right, so now the nameplate goes on. This is a little bit difficult because the screws are in the plate already. Boom.
Voila. Wow, what a big difference.
And now we're gonna test it one more time. She's gonna go turn the power back on over here, and I'll plug this in just to test it one more time, so that way we don't have no problems in the future.
One last time.
All right, we'll plug this in. Green, middle, no light, we're good right there. We'll just do the bottom, should be the same. Boom, look at that. We're good. All right, thank you for joining me. We hung some doors, put some light switches and some outlets. And we just got to do some minor touch-up painting, and then we'll be done. Finally. Oh, by the way, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's do this. More videos to come.